Good morning, students. Today's thought: success is the sum of several small efforts repeated often day in and day out. Welcome to botany class. In the previous class, we have studied about different kinds of vectors and competent hosts used for genetic engineering process. Today, let's learn methods of gene transfer. The next step after a recombinant DNA molecule has been generated is to introduce it into a suitable host cell. There are two kinds of gene transfer methods in plants. It includes direct or vectorless gene transfer. Another one is indirect or vector mediated gene transfer. In the direct gene transfer methods, the foreign gene of interest is delivered into a host plant without the help of a vector. Some of the common methods of direct gene transfer in plants are chemical mediated gene transfer, microinjection, electroporation methods of gene transfer, liposome mediated method of gene transfer, biolistics or gene gun method. In chemical mediated gene transfer, certain chemicals like polyethylene glycol and dextran sulfate induce DNA uptake into plant protoplast. In microinjection, the DNA is directly injected into the nucleus using fine tipped glass needle or micropipette to transform plant cells. The protoplasts are immobilized on a solid support. For that, agarose gel is placed on the microscopic slide or held with a holding pipette under suction. In electroporation methods of gene transfer, a pulse of high voltage is applied to protoplast cells or tissues, which makes pores or holes in the plasma membrane, through which uptake of foreign DNA occurs. Next one is liposome mediated method of gene transfer. What will be liposomes? Liposomes are artificial phospholipid vesicles useful in gene transfer. The gene or DNA is transferred from liposome into vacuole of plant cells. This technique is advantageous because the liposome protects the introduced DNA from being damaged by acidic, pH and protease enzymes present in the vacuole. Liposome and tonoplast of vacuole fusion resulted in gene transfer. What will be tonoplast? Membrane of vacuole, isn't it? So this process is called liposuction. In biolistic method of gene transfer, the foreign DNA is coated onto the surface of minute gold or tungsten particle and bombarded onto the target tissue or cells using a particle gun. Then the bombarded cells or tissues are cultured on selected medium to regenerate plants from the transformed cells. So this method is also called gene gun or micro projectile gun or shotgun method. Indirect or vector mediated gene transfer. Gene transfer is mediated with the help of plasmid vector is known as indirect or vector mediated gene transfer. Many types of vectors are there. Example, plasmid, PBR322 plasmid, TA plasmid, expression vectors, etc. Among the various vectors used for plant transformation, the TA plasmid from Agrobacterium tumefaciens has been used extensively. This bacterium has a large size plasmid known as TA plasmid, that is called tumor inducing plasmid, and a portion of it referred as tDNA, that is transfer DNA, is transferred to plant genome in the infected cells and cause plant tumors. This disease also known as crown gall disease, since this bacterium has the natural ability to transfer tDNA region of its plasmid into the plant genome. Upon infection of cells at the wound site, it is also known as natural genetic engineer of plants. foreign gene. It may be insect resistance or pest resistance or antibiotic resistance or cloned in the tDNA region of TA plasmid in place of unwanted DNA sequence. So the plant can regenerate with new trait. Here the gene transferred with the help of TA plasmid. So it is called vector mediated gene transfer. Next one is screening for recombinants. After the introduction of rDNA into a suitable host cell, it is essential to identify those cells which have received the rDNA molecule. This process is called screening. The vector or foreign DNA present in the recombinant cells express the characters, while the non-recombinants do not express the character. For this, some of the methods are used. One of the most widely used method is blue and white colony selection method. It is basically screening technique to find or to detect the presence of transformant or the bacteria which have received rDNA molecule. In this method, a reporter gene LAC-Z is inserted in the vector. The LAC-Z encodes the enzyme beta-galactosidase and contains several recognition sites for restriction enzyme. Beta-galactosidase breaks a synthetic substrate called X-gal. That is a substrate which can give a blue color product. If a foreign gene is inserted into LAC-Z, this gene will be inactivated. Therefore, no blue color will develop. It becomes white because beta-galactosidase is not synthesized due to inactivation of LAC-Z. Therefore, the host cell containing rDNA form white colored colonies on the medium contain X-gal, whereas the other cells containing non-recombinant DNA will develop the blue colored colonies. On the basis of colony color, the recombinants can be selected. Another one screening method is antibiotic resistant markers. The antibiotic resistance marker is a gene that produces a protein that provides the cells with resistance to an antibiotic. Bacteria with transformed DNA can be identified by growing on a medium containing an antibiotic. Recombinants will grow on these media as they contain genes encoding resistance to antibiotics such as ampicillin, chloramphenicol, tetracycline or kanamycin, etc., while others may not be able to grow in these media. Hence, it is considered as useful selectable marker. Next one is replica plating technique. It is also one of the important screening technique. This technique pattern of colonies, that means bacterial colonies growing on the culture plate. This plate is called master plate. A sterile filter plate is pressed against the culture plate and then lifted. Then the filter is pressed against the second sterile culture plate. This results in the new plate being infected with cell in the same relative positions as the colonies in the original plate. Usually, the medium used in the second plate will differ that used in the first. It may include an antibiotic or exclude a growth factor. Now, look at this figure. Here, it is a master plate. Master plate means bacteria culture plate. In this master plate consists of colonies, that is group of bacteria. Now we are pressing these colonies on the sterile velvet cloth. So we can get imprint of bacterial colonies on the velvet cloth. Now invert the velvet plate in the plate containing antibiotic ampicillin. Only ampicillin resistant colonies can grow in this medium. Ampicillin sensitive colonies will not grow in this medium. In this way, transformed cells or recombinant bacterial cells can be selected. Next one is gel electrophoresis. What do you mean by gel electrophoresis? It is a method used to separate the DNA fragments of similar sizes in a gel based on their electric charge and size. Let's see how the technique is performed. In this technique, an agarose gel matrix molded with wells is used. The gel matrix is submerged into a tank filled with salt solution and connect with positive and negative electrodes. A blue dye is then added to the DNA fragments. After that, DNA samples is added into the wells of agarose gel. DNA being negative charge due to the presence of phosphate group moves towards the positive terminal of electrophoresis chamber. These DNA molecules move in a reptile-like manner in a pose of agarose gel matrix. This monofragments moves faster than the larger fragments, and this is how they get separated. Agarose gel matrix is then stained with ethidium bromide to stain the DNA. It binds to DNA double helix structure where this ethidium bromide stain agarose gel is exposed to ultraviolet rays. Appears orange in color showing the DNA fragments areas. The bands then cut off from the agarose gel and DNA is finally extracted from the gel pieces.